Okay, so unit 4 completed. I have completed unit 4. Now we're going to start the next unit, that is unit 5, the nature of learning. Look at the definition of it. Learning is an active process that shapes our understanding of the world and ourselves. It is a journey of discovery and growth, fueled by curiosity, experience, and reflection. So, in this definition, if you look this definition very carefully, then you can find out that this definition has many features. This definition has many features on the concept of learning. What are the features, if I'm going to say you, of the nature of learning? New discoveries, growth. Growth means development of skill and knowledge. Then what is learning is another important, develop the curiosity. You will going to get have an experience. And the reflection in the sense means you can have the means your aura speaks that you are a very knowledgeable person. So it is a very active process. Okay, that is why learning is a very active process that shape our understanding the world and ourselves. There is another definition, if I'm going to say we in side by side. Learning is also called a very complex process that involve acquiring knowledge, skill, and also attitude. Means the reflection here means your attitude speak. Okay, through experience and more on practice. Definitions are both same, but I think feel that this definition, whatever on your screen you are seeing, this definition is really wonderful. It's in a very active process. Somebody says it is a very complex process. Okay, understanding the world, obviously, through your perception, through your learning, you will going to develop the perception, you will going to develop the habit of understanding the world and to yourself also. Okay, to yourself also. That is why this reflection, what does this reflection means? Reflection speaks about your attitudes. Reflection will going to speak about your attitudes, what type of attitude you are carrying with this legacy, with your legacy. Okay, so this is the definition of learning. And don't been stick to this definition only. In this particular definition you can find it out some means features of learning, such as growth, new discoveries, experience, curiosity, attitudes, knowledge, skill, and reflection. Okay, these are the part of learning. These are the parts of learning. Means if you are make a habit of learning, then it is you have going to develop these important features in you. These important features are there while if you are going and learning. Now, if I'm going to say you what are the characteristics of learning, then okay, learning is a lifelong process. Learning is a change in behavior. Okay, learning is also influenced by the prior knowledge. Learning is a result of experience, and learning of is a balance of many factors. Learning is effective through collaborations. So these are the important features of learning. Now, why learning is a lifelong process? See, remember one thing. Say, for example, if a cobbler it's not sharpen his tools every day, then at the time of mending the shoes, the tools will not going to work properly, and the structure of the shoes will find defects. Understood one thing? Means कोई भी इंसान को एक जो मोची होता है, मैं एक सिंपल सा एग्जाम्पल देता हूं कि लर्न लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग प्रोसेस क्यों बोला जाता है। फर्स्ट करो, एक मोची जो होता है, जो जूता उता बनाता है, वो अगर अपने दुकान में आके एवरी डे अपने जो भी टूल्स है उसको वो शार्प नहीं करता है, धारदार नहीं करता है, तो क्या होता है, जब वो जूते बनाने बैठेंगे, उसका वो जो औजार है वो फिर सही तरीके से काम नहीं करेगा। सही जहां पर सोल को अच्छी तरह से काटना है वो काट नहीं पाएगा। इससे क्या होगा, आपका जो भी शूज वो बना रहा है वो डिफेक्ट्स निकलेगा। द शूज विल कम आउट डिफेक्ट्स। लर्निंग भी ये है, अगर आपको स्किल्स चाहिए, क्वालिटी चाहिए, तो आपको एवरी डे कुछ ना कुछ पढ़ना पड़ेगा, कुछ ना कुछ नया सीखना पड़ेगा। अकॉर्डिंग टू Bill Gates used to read a book every day. Every day he has to read a book. और उनका इंटरव्यू मैंने सुना था, वो कह रहे थे कि एक दो पन्ना या 5 पन्ना 10 पन्ना नहीं, वो एक दिन में वो एक बुक्स पढ़ते हैं। फॉर वन डे ही यूज टू रीड अ बुक एंड ही कंप्लीट द बुक इन वन डे। ठीक है। अगर उसको कोई बुक बहुत अच्छा लगा, वो चाहता है कि मैं उसे दोबारा पढूं, फिर वो पढ़ेंगे, लेकिन टाइम वो एक ही दिन लेंगे। और जब तक वो कंप्लीट नहीं होगा तब तक वो कोई दूसरा काम करेंगे नहीं। बुक पढ़ना है। नॉट ओनली बिल गेट्स, if you see the Elon Musk, many big billionaires are there. If you see the schedule of the billionaires, one important common thing is there. And what is that common thing? The learning, the process of learning. Every time they are engaging themselves in learning. This is one of the most important and compulsory tasks. Learning. You need to learn. Am I clear? So that is why learning is a lifelong process. You cannot sit back and stop learning. If you want to continue, you need to have learn. The next step is learning is changing in behavior. What is the next characteristic features you are going to develop in the course of learning? It will going to change your behavior. You will see a lot of changes in your behavior, and that changes not irrelevant changes, that it will going to stay for a week and after that it will go away. No, the changes will remain permanent in your behavior, in your attitudes, from practice to experience. ओके। आप देखिएगा, आम के पेड़ जितने आम लगते हैं वो झुका हुआ रहता है। नॉलेज भी वैसा ही है, जो जितना नॉलेजेबल है वो उतना झुका हुआ है। Look at President APJ Abdul Kalam. He has died, but look at his quotations, look at his aura, look at his mm, magnificent personality. You will be surprised to see how much knowledge he is having. But look at his simplicity. At the time of giving interviews, being a president of India, he is sitting on the floor talking with the students in Cochin. He is simply sitting on the floor and talking with the students of Cochin, talking with the kids. And you will surprised to know that during his tenure, during his career, he had purchased, he has collected, means asset. His asset is a books, lot and lot of books, a small library. During his entire career, he has collected this asset of racks and racks of books, whole almirah is there. Okay, if you read the APJ Abdul Kalam life history, then you will surprised to know that this is the called a influencing or changing in behavior. He was not like that in his early days. If you read, he was not like that his early days. He was very he has passed a very struggling phase during his early life. He has passed a very early means a very struggling phase in a early life. He has to wake 4 a.m. early in the morning. Then he needs by on a cycle he has to go out to sell the newspaper. After returning back from the selling the newspaper at 7 p.m., he is ready by 7 p.m. and then walking for 11 to 12 or something about 20 kilometers. I don't know. I forgot that particular meter kilometers. He go on walking and attend the classes. After returning, then he come down and sit for the studies. There was no tuition teacher was there. Whatever he is learning, he is taking learning from the his teacher only, class teachers only. So this is the struggling life, and during this life he has gone or go on learning and learning. That is why he is called the missile man of India, and that is why he has become the president of India. So learning can change your behavior, learning can change your perception, your thought process. That is why learning is very important. Next important feature of learning is it is influenced by prior knowledge. Learning is influenced by prior knowledge. What is this? Learning takes into account what persons already knows. Okay, what you know, what you are trying to know, and what you want to know after this will going to influence, and this can only be through your prior knowledge and through the process of learning. So the another important feature of learning is it is influenced by prior knowledge. Then the next one is learning is a result of an experience. Another important feature is learning is a result of experience. Now, what is the meaning of this? Learning can be direct or indirect and can come from many sources, including parents, teachers, nature, and medias. Means, what are the factors which results in learning of an experience? So these are the factors. Parents, you can learn from your parents, you can learn from your teacher, you can learn from nature also, and from media also you can learn. So it is a result of experience. Yes, we the kids, when we are kids, we are learning from our parents only. And we when we starting to go into our school, we learn from our teachers. When we go into the colleges, when we enroll ourselves into the college, we are learning from our different faculties. Sometimes we learn from the nature made us to learn, and also sometimes from the media means online platforms, YouTubes, lot of videos are there, okay, where you can learn through media. So learning cannot be stick to only through books. No, learning has many definitions, learning has many arms, or you can say learning has many hands. The hands are parents, teachers, nature, and media. These are the hands of learning. Okay, next one is learning balance of many factor. Learning is a balance of many factors. What is this? Now learning involve a balance of acquiring concept and skill and developing metacognitive competency. It also involve emotion, motivation, and cognition. This is called metacognitive. Metacognitive means where emotions, ठीक है, empathy, sympathy, and motivations and cognitions are there. ठीक है. After that, learning is effective through collaborations. Learning can be done through effective collaborations. Now, in active participations of learning and collaborations, which lead to a effective learning. Remember one thing, with effective collaborations means learning and through proper hands of learning. With these two collaborations, the effective way of learning can lead to a successful. So these are the important features of learning. Number one is it is a lifelong process. Learning is a change in behavior. Learning can influence by prior knowledge. learning is a result of experience, learning can balance many factors, learning is effective through collaborations. I know ma'am, I need to go to the next slide, but I need to describe each and every important point, that's why. ठीक है मैम, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड जाइए. नहीं नहीं नहीं, नहीं मैं एक एक पॉइंट्स को थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर रहा था, ताकि जब वो वीडियो सुनेगा तब उसको वो चीज क्लियर हो जाएगा. या थोड़ा सा दिया हुआ है. नाउ व्हाट आर द प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ लर्निंग? ओके, व्हाट आर द प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ लर्निंग? एक्टिव एंगेजमेंट, मीनिंगफुल कॉन्टेक्स्ट, फीडबैक एंड रेनफोर्समेंट, स्पेस्ड रिपीटेशन. एक चीज आपने गौर किया है यहां पर, फीडबैक एक जगह इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि फीडबैक अगर रहेगा तब जाके आप अपना लर्निंग को रेइंफोर्समेंट कर सकते हो. ठीक है, तो फीडबैक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. जब मैं ट्रेनिंग्स पढ़ा रहा था, ट्रेनिंग्स के बारे में पढ़ा था, वहां पर भी ये फीडबैक इंपॉर्टेंट था. बार बार ये फीडबैक उठ के आ रहा था कि 12 स्टेप्स ऑफ डिजाइनिंग ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स में है, feedback is also very important. According to the feedback, you can move your next steps, you can think about your next step. So in the principles of learning, feedback is also very important. पहला है active engagement. Look at the definition or look at the paragraph that has been given over here. Active engagement क्या है? Learning is most effective when individuals are actively involved in this process. यहां पर राइटर एक्टिवली छोड़ के इन्वॉल्व इन द प्रोसेस भी लिख सकता था, लेकिन यहां पर राइटर्स ने इंडिविजुअल्स को एक्टिव रहने के लिए बोला. इट मीन्स दैट इफ यू वांट टू एंगेज इन द लर्निंग प्रोसेस, यू नीड टू बी वेरी वेरी एक्टिव. ओके, मुझे अभी भी याद है हमारे एक फैकल्टीज थे व्हेन आई वाज इन द माय कॉलेज डेज. एवरी डे और एवरी वीक ही हैज कंपल्सरी ही हैज टू विजिट द लाइब्रेरी. कुछ नए एडिशन की किताब आए हैं कि नहीं, ही वाज सो एक्टिव इन दैट. एज बहुत था उनका और किसी चीज में उनका वो एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं था, लेकिन वो हर समय लर्निंग को बहुत ज्यादा प्रायोरिटीज देता था. और एवरी वीक वो लाइब्रेरी जाते थे. ऐसे तो डेली जाते थे, लेकिन एवरी वीक आई रिमेंबर ही हैज टू गो टू द लाइब्रेरी. इट इज कंपल्सरी. एंड एवरी डे he needs to ask the librarian what is the new edition of books are available right now, any new edition books has come or not, he has to ask. So in the principles of learning, there must be active engagement, then only you can learn. Okay, this can involve hands on activities, discussions, problem solving and real world applications. इससे फायदा क्या होगा? देखो इस पैराग्राफ में क्वेश्चन आंसर अलग से देने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप अगर स्लाइड्स को अच्छी तरह से पढ़ेंगे तो उसी में आपको सारा कुछ मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, मैंने स्लाइड्स और उनका कॉन्टेक्स्ट और उनका जो टेक्स्ट है मैंने उसी तरह से फिट किया है, ताकि आपको अलग से इसके लिए कोई आंसर ढूंढना नहीं पड़ेगा. तो क्या है, कैसे करेंगे एक्टिव एंगेजमेंट? इफ दिस कैन बी इन्वॉल्व थ्रू एक्टिविटीज, लॉट ऑफ एक्टिविटीज, थ्रू डिस्कशंस, थ्रू प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एंड रियल वर्ल्ड एप्लीकेशंस. रियल वर्ल्ड एप्लीकेशंस का मतलब क्या है? यू नीड टू कनेक्ट विद द मीडिया, यू नीड टू कनेक्ट विद द इंटरनेट, you need to connect with the web world. Okay, then you can going to get a fast information, then you can get the information, up to date information, then you can keep your information, your learning process up to date. This is the number one, active engagement. Then comes to the next is meaningful context. Now what is this meaningful context? Learning is most likely to stick when it is connected to real world experience and relevant to individuals in needs and interests. This help learners see the value of the information and make it more applicable to their lives. Make it more applicable to their life. क्या है? So here in this context, what does it mean? It means that learning is most likely to stick when it is connected to the real world experience. जब आप real world के साथ जुड़ते हो ना, तब आपका जो कनेक्टिविटी रहता है, लर्निंग का जो प्रोसेस होता है, वो और रेलिवेंट हो जाता है. इट इज मोर रेलिवेंट. व्हाई? बिकॉज यू हैव योर ओन इंटरेस्ट, you have your own needs, and with this need you can create your own interest. That is why learning should be connected to the real world experience. This why? Because this will going to help the learner to see the value of the information and make it more applicable to their lives. Okay? That is why the learning should be meaningful context. Number 3, feedback and reinforcement. What is the feedback? Regular feedback help learner to understand their progress and identify the areas for improvement. Okay, positive reinforcement encourages continued learning and motivate individuals to strive for excellence. Okay, so again I am reading, this regular feedback help learners to understand their progress, okay, and identify the areas of improvement. Okay, this feedback will going to make the learners, okay, to understand their progress, where I'm progressing, where I'm lacking behind, where are the areas I need to develop, where are the areas I need an improvement. You can check through this feedback, and this will going to create a positive impact. How? By encouraging the learning and motivate the individuals to strive for the excellence. ओके, स्ट्राइव फॉर देम मतलब और बेटर करने के लिए और एक्सेलेंट होने के लिए आप फिर उसके पीछे आप और भागोगे. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट है स्पेस्ड रिपीटेशन. स्पेस्ड रिपीटेशन मीन्स स्प्रेडिंग आउट लर्निंग ओवर टाइम, improve retention and make information more accessible over the longer time. This involves reviewing material at regular intervals to reinforce knowledge and deepen understanding. Okay, so speeding out the reading over time, improve retention, and make information more accessible over longer time. This also involves reviewing materials at regular intervals to reinforce knowledge and deepen understanding. So these are the principles of learning. Number 1 is active engagement. Number 2 is meaningful context. Number 3 is feedback and reinforcement. And number 4 is spaced repetition. Ma'am, please go to the next slide. Okay, now this one is very important. What are the elements of implication? What are the elements of implications? Look at the heading. What are the elements of implications for training? अब ट्रेनिंग वाला थोड़ा सा यहाँ पर आ गया, फिर से ट्रेनिंग वाला आ गया, लेकिन ये हम रिलेट करते हैं लर्निंग के साथ ही. ठीक है, ये हम रिलेट करेंगे लर्निंग के साथ ही. Learner centered approach. Learner centered approach, practical application, continuous improvement. So these are the 3 important elements for implications of the training. Number 1 is learner centered approach, means the training should be designed with the learner in mind, taking into account their individual needs, learner style, and prior knowledge. This ensures that training is relevant, engaging, and effective. Again, I am reading the particular paragraph. Training should be designed with the learner in mind. Okay, means the training, whatever the trainings you will going to have, it should be designed the process of learning keeping in mind. Means you should learn taking into account their individual needs. Apart from that, whatever the requirements are there, you need to follow up also that. Then you need to understand the learning style, knowledge. So what will happen? This will going to ensure the relevant engagement and effective training. Implications of the training. Then comes to the next is practical applications. Then come to the next is practical application. What is this? The training should be emphasize practical applications and provide opportunities for learners to apply their newly acquired skill in real world scenario. You are completing your trainings. You should emphasize your practical applications. You should emphasize your practical training and apply to this skill in real world scenario. Suppose you are working in any private sector company or any company you are working. Say for example, you are being trained, but whatever you have been trained on machineries or whatever the tools and equipments that have been uh, trained, that have been given you the ideas of during the training, but you are not using those equipments, tools, or the training skills in your workplace, then ultimately what will happen? Then this will lead to the failure to the management also, and failure to you also, to the employee also, because finally you are not applying those skills into the real world. So in the elements of implications for the training, this practical application is very compulsory. Okay, this will help the learners from the classroom to workplace. Obviously nowadays I have already told you now, the first motto of any faculty or any education industry is to take the learning from the classroom to the workplace. See for example, if you are going to the any engineering colleges, I am telling you, if you are going and visiting to any engineering colleges, what will you going to observe? They taking their classroom basically from their workplace to the from the classroom to the workplace. Lot of trainings they are giving the students of mechanical engineer, civil engineering students in the workshop. Try to give them, they are trying to give them the practical applications training, which will be much more fruitful at the time of job or selections. Okay, this is the implications for the training. The next one is continuous improvement. Okay, now what is this continuous improvement? Training should be an ongoing process. It should be an ongoing process, not an one time event. Organizations should regularly access training needs and update program to relevant, reflect evolving business requirement and industry trends. Okay, this is only, this is called the continuous improvement. Means any management who feels that they need a trainings and they need a training trains to their employees, it should be an ongoing process. By completing or having only one time event will not going to complete the implications of the training, not will not going to give you a good result. Any organization, any sector or any industry should regularly access the training, update the training or update the program, reflect the business requirement and industry trends. Then only the implications of the training will be far more better. Okay, apart from this, I have already mentioned two or three points, but apart from this there are many more points are there, such as evaluation, improvement, design, job task analysis, and the objectives. These are another three or four important part are there. I don't want to make another slide of it. That's why I have means I have given this three important point, that is learner center approach, practical application, continuous improvement. These are the three most important elements for the implications for the training. Apart from that, there are two or three more are there, that is objectives, evaluation, and design. Objective, evaluation, and design. First of all, be specific with the objective. What are you here? Why are you here? What type of work been assigned here? Whether I'm competent to do the work enough, okay, or rather I need to go for the training, where I am lacking behind. What is the objectivity of the company? What is the objectivity or what is the vision that I am having for my 5 years goal? Whether my 5 years goal is set or not, you need to have a very clear objective on that, and according to that you need to work on it. Okay, so this is another important. Apart from that, design is another implications for the training. You need to design, I have already told you that you need to have the design your assessment, then only you can come out successful. Otherwise it is not going to possible. You need to design your assessment, you need to program your what you can say, mm, uh, trainings. You need to program your workplace, you need to reprogram your learning skill, then only it will going to come out successful, or otherwise you will have, definitely you will going to have those implications at learning. Then continuous improvement, I have already told you. Continuous evaluation is another important part. Evaluation is a crucial part of any training program. Why? Because they will going to set you the score of any candidate, and they can tell you the effective of the training on the job performance. Okay, that is why evaluation is one of the most important part, and one of the most important effective technique. Okay, you can identify your score, you can identify your gaps where you are lacking behind, and on the basis of your evaluation you can work on that. Okay, so these are the elements of implications for the training. Number one is learner center approach, number two is practical application, number three is continuous improvement. Apart from that, rest, which are not very important, they are evaluation, assessment, and objective and design. Okay, ma'am, please go to the next slide. Now, impact of different learning styles on training. Look, I have, apart from this, I have also prepared some different slides, different learning style. Okay, a visual learner, auditory learner, kinesthetic learner, and tactical learner. Okay, now what is this visual learner? From the picture itself, you can identify what is visual learner, such as through diagram, chart, video, and other visual effects or visual aid. You can have styles of learning or styles of training. Okay, then auditory learners. What is this auditory learner? Means books, podcast, music, lectures, डिस्कशंस, दिस इज कॉल्ड ऑडिटोरी लर्नर्स. जैसे आप मुझे अभी सुन रहे हो, इसे आप एक पॉडकास्ट भी ले सकते हो, इसे आप एक लेक्चर भी ले सकते हो, इसे आप एक ऑडियो बुक की तरह भी ले सकते हो. ना कोई वीडियोस है, सिर्फ कंटेंट है और आप सुन रहे हो. ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड ऑडिटोरी लर्नर्स. ये डिफरेंट स्टाइल ऑफ ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम, लर्निंग डिफरेंट स्टाइल ऑफ ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम में है. नेक्स्ट वन इज kinesthetic learners. What is this kinesthetic learner? Means hand to hand role playing, stimulation, practical experiences. Means एक बात में समझ लो, एक वर्ड में, मीन्स लर्नर्स प्रेफर टू लर्न थिंग्स बाय डूइंग. काम करते करते सीखना, दैट इज कॉल्ड काइनेस्थेटिक लर्नर्स. काम करते करते सीख जाना. That is why nowadays many engineering colleges, maximum engineering colleges, they take their classroom to the workshops where they teach the students how to do the work, and also they learn automatically. ठीक है, means through one, means these are called the technical and efficient teacher. Okay, they are not given any, they are not means assigned to have other time for practical. May the student will going to lose the interest, may the student will remain absent, because studying btech is a very is not so easy. If you're doing btech in electronic and communication engineering, if you're doing btech in civil engineering, not civil engineering, it's computer science, then very hectic. You need to prepare assessments, loads of assignments are there, loads of practical and theories examinations are there. Every day you need to prepare, at least day after every alternate day you need to present your ppts and all. Very hectic tasks, hardly they get any enough time to sit down for the studies. So what the faculties and what the new ugc policies have been designed now, according to the new ugc or aict norms, you need to take the classroom to the workshop lab, where you give the students a practical training, and with this practical training finally they will going to learn. At the time of your work, nobody will going to tell you the definition of a communication. At the time of your workplace, nobody will going to ask you about what is the definition of a machine. They will going to ask you how you going to replace these machines, or how you going to replace these spare parts. What are the technique you going to replace this spare part? They will going to understand this. So to save the time, to save the interest, now the maximum engineering colleges taking their classroom to the workshop. Okay, this is called kinesthetic learner. Kinesthetic learner, Kinesthetic. Kinesthetic learner means learner prefer to learn doing by things. The last one is called the tactical learners. What is this tactical learner? Tactical learner prefer to learn through touching and manipulating the objects. The benefit use of model manipulative and other hand-on tools means you need to use your handcraft. You need to have your use your hand. You need to use your hand to the object and make it in a give it in a shape. Say for example, in civil engineering department, the civil engineer students, the faculties used to give them the training on hands, okay, using the tools. You need to prepare this way. This is called tactical learner, means at least you need to have a manipulating the objects, you need to use the objects and learn. So these are the four important different learning styles on training. Number one is visual learning. Number two is auditory learners. Number two is kinesthetic learners. And number four is tactical learners. Hope you understand. Ma'am, please go to the next slide. Now, management development. This topic, I think I have already told you. What is management development? The question is, that's why I have not given you any answer of it, as because in my first, when I'm taking the first BBA classes, not or MBA classes, the first unit, when you're in the first semester, I think I have already given you this. What is management development, and what is why is management development is important? What are the implications of the management development? I have already give you. So again, I am recapitulating those things to memorize you, to memorize it. So management development is just the process of developing the skill and competencies need to perform in management positions, either in existing managers or to those new management. Okay, so this is called management development. Management development क्या होता है? This is a process of developing the skill and competencies need to perform in management positions. Okay, to develop the skill and competencies which require to perform in the management positions. Management positions means top level management positions or working in an executive positions, either in existing manager or in those new management. Either you are being a manager, or rather you have joined new in the company, in the management. This is called management development. Now, what are the three elements of management development? Skill, experience, and capabilities. Require these things. Skill, first of all, experience. Okay, and the next one is practice of improving, which is called the capabilities. These are the three elements of management development. Okay, the next one is development of the management. Focuses on the change in the behavior. डेवलपमेंट कैसा होगा? डेवलपमेंट अगर होना है तो सबसे पहले नॉलेज, अपना एटीट्यूड्स, you need to first of all you need to reprogram these things, and apart from that your communication skill, then only you can develop your, and also learning, just to sharpen your skill. Learning is one of the most important tool to sharpen your management development. Okay, there may be a question come, what are the five most importance of the management? The five most important of management is, number one is creating a dynamic environment. Number two, achieving organizational goals. Number three, developing society. Number four, increasing efficiency. And the last, in achieving individual goals. These are the five most importance of management. That's why I have not given you any note on this, because it's already been with you. Okay, it's already been with you. Still, if you feel that I need an explanation, I have already tried to explain you through online session, but still if you feel doubts are there, you can connect to ma'am, tell her to arrange any one more session on that particular in on a particular or specific day, on that particular and specific day. If you feel that you need to have more and more ideas, if you want to have a more and more things on the management development you want to learn, then I can provide you all these things. And apart from that, if you want notes, you are already having a notes. Okay, still if you feel that you want the notes on some extra, then definitely I can arrange for it. Okay, the next one is, what is the main aim of the management? Do you know that? Maintain the quality standard necessary for every organization. Remember one thing, हर एक मैनेजमेंट का एक मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स होता है. क्या होता है? क्वालिटी स्टैंडर्ड को मेंटेन करना उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में. सपोज आई एम बिन इन एजुकेशन इंडस्ट्री, आई एम बिन इन एजुकेशन इंडस्ट्री, आई एम बिन इन टू एनी कॉलेजेस. What is my first quality and what is my prime objective? You know that my prime objective is to maintain the necessary standard of skill and knowledge. Okay, and how can it be possible? This can only be possible through continuous learning. Okay, so this must be the aim of the management. Ma'am, please go to the next slide. Ma'am, are you there? Yes, thank you. Preconditions for management growth and development. Management growth and development. This preconditions, management growth and development. Now, what is this? Look at the definition. Preconditions means before you are thinking for the objectivities, first of all, you need to make management growth and development. Now, how can you develop? You can develop through commitment, through supports, through career. Okay, through commitment to work development, through culture, through career path. These are the three most important. Number one is commitment to development. Look what has been written. Individual must be committed to their own growth and development, actively seeking out opportunities to learn and improve. Next है supportive organizational culture. A culture that encourage learning, feedback and growth is essential for fostering management development. Now, organizations should provide resources, mentorships, and opportunities for professional development. Third one is clear career path. Organizations should have clear career paths and successions plan that provide individuals with a roadmap for growth and advancement. This create a sense of purpose and motivates individuals to invest in their development. I have tried to make this definitions very clear. Okay, now in commitment toward development means any individual working under the management and managerial sector, okay, must commit to their growth and development. Now, how this can be happen? This can only be happen if you are participating very actively through learning and through your own improvement. If you doesn't want to learn and if you doesn't want to improve, then then you will fail to grow in the management. So first of all, you need to have a commitment to yourself that I need to develop. The next one is organizational cultural supportive. Any work culture which encourage learning, feedback, that management, that work culture can grow more and more. Okay, if management feels that there must be a development towards the employees, then the management should give a clear लर्निंग, ग्रोथ, कल्चर, ये होना चाहिए किसी भी सेक्टर, मैनेजमेंट सेक्टर में। ये तीन चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है, तब जाके वो इंडस्ट्री, वो सेक्टर आगे बढ़ता है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस शुड आल्सो प्रोवाइड रिसोर्सेस, मेंटरशिप एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट। अगर प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट करना है तो रिसोर्सेस, मेंटरशिप मीन सुपरवाइजर, फैकल्टी, टीचर, एंड लॉट्स ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज आपको देना पड़ेगा। देन ओनली यू विल गोइंग टू हैव अ ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट। मीन्स आपको एक तरह से सपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा, यू नीड टू हैव अ सपोर्ट फ्रॉम योर मैनेजमेंट। द लास्ट वन इज clear career path. Organizations should have a clear career path because this create a sense of purpose. This path will going to create a sense of purpose which motivate you for your future development. Okay, इसका मतलब क्या है? You have a very clear vision. You should have a very clear vision in your mind. The vision must be very clear that what my goal is, what my aim is, why I need to achieve this goal, how many time, how much time it require to achieve this goal, and what are the paths and ways to achieve this goal. You have a very clear vision in your mind. If this will happen, then it will going to create a sense of purpose. ठीक है, अननेसेसरी मैं कंपनी में क्यों काम कर रहा हूं, क्या मेरा मोटिव है, क्या मेरे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स है, क्या मेरा एम है, यही अगर पता नहीं है तो आप अपना डेवलपमेंट कैसे करोगे? अपना डेवलपमेंट अगर नहीं होगा तो फिर मैनेजमेंट का डेवलपमेंट कैसा होगा? मैनेजमेंट का अगर डेवलपमेंट नहीं होता है फिर आपका भी घुमा फिरा के आपका भी डेवलपमेंट नहीं होगा, आपका कोई पर्पस ही नहीं है लाइफ का, फिर डेवलपमेंट वहीं का वहीं रह जाएगा, स्टॉप हो जाएगा, स्टैग्नेंट हो जाएगा। तो दिस आर द प्री कंडीशंस फॉर मैनेजमेंट गोल। बिफोर ज्वाइनिंग एनी मैनेजमेंट कंपनी, बिफोर ज्वाइनिंग एनी मैनेजमेंट इंडस्ट्री, you need to clearly follow this 3 point. Number one is commitment to development, number two is supportive organizational culture, and number three is clear career path. ओके, इसके बावजूद भी और भी है, जैसे लीडरशिप, एम्प्लॉय डेवलपमेंट प्लान, कन्फ्लिक्ट रेजोल्यूशंस, जो कि आज सबसे बड़ा जरूरी चीज है। मैनेजमेंट कन्फ्लिक्ट होता ही रहता है, उसको रिजोल्यूट कैसे किया जाएगा, उसको रिजोल्यूट कैसे किया जाएगा, सॉल्व कैसे किया जाएगा, ये एक सबसे बड़ा चैलेंजेस है। फीडबैक इज अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट जो हर एक पॉइंट्स में इंपॉर्टेंट है। सेटिंग अ गोल्स, जो क्लियर कैरियर पाथ है वही सेम चीज है। एक्टिव लिसनिंग, टाइम मैनेजमेंट, कोलैबोरेशंस। इसके अलावा 4 to 5 इंपॉर्टेंट और पॉइंट्स है जो कि इस प्री कंडीशंस ऑफ मैनेजमेंट ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट को फुलफिल करता है। ठीक है मैम, प्लीज गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। Evolving a development policy. Evolving a development policies. What is the meaning of this? Training and development. ठीक है, focus. Now what is the differentiate between training and development? Okay, if you need to differentiate between training and development, what are the important points we need to keep in our mind? Number one, training focus on short term skill acquisition. Development focus on long term growth and transformation. मैं एक एक पॉइंट्स आपको एक्सप्लेन करूंगा। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट मी रीड दोस पॉइंट। टिपिकली डिलीवर्ड थ्रू वर्कशॉप, courses and certifications. In development often involve mentoring, coaching, action, learning and real world assignment. Then next one is more structured and standardized. More structured and standardized. Then the next one is more individualized and customized. More individualized and customized. These are the differentiate between ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट। रिमेंबर दोस पॉइंट। पहला पॉइंट पे हम लोग आते हैं, फोकस ऑन शॉर्ट टर्म स्किल एंड एक्विजिशन। व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस फोकस ऑन शॉर्ट टर्म स्किल एक्विजिशन? मींस ट्रेनिंग इज फॉर अ शॉर्ट टर्म। Say for example for 5 days or 7 days the management will going to give you the training, but the development which has been required, it is for a longer time. ट्रेनिंग करने के बाद आप में जो डेवलपमेंट आता है और आप उस ट्रेनिंग को, उस स्किल को जब अपने वर्क में, वर्क कल्चर में उसका यूटिलाइजेशन करता है, वो आपको लॉन्ग टर्म ग्रोथ और ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में डेवलप करवाता है। ठीक है, दैट इज वाई it has been said that whenever you are being trained, whenever you are taking any training, though the training is a short term, but the development is for a longer period and the development is for a longer growth. Then the next is typically delivered through workshop, courses, and certification. The next one is typically delivered through workshop, courses, and certification. This one is another important. Training can be done through workshop, different courses, and through certification, programming certifications. Training can be done. But in development, this can only be done through mentoring, good mentor, good faculties, good teacher in your life, good coaches, good assignments, real world assignment can develop you for a longer period of time. This training can be more structured and standardized. वो पूरा कंप्लीट एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड होता है, फुल ऑफ पैटर्न्स होता है, आप उस स्ट्रक्चर के बाहर नहीं जा सकते हो, ठीक है, और स्टैंडर्ड वे में वो सब कुछ रहता है, डॉक्यूमेंटेशंस रहता है। लेकिन डेवलपमेंट जो होता है वो इंडिविजुअल होता है, मोर इंडिविजुअल एंड मोर कस्टमाइज्ड। ओके, मोर इंडिविजुअल एंड मोर कस्टमाइज्ड वो होता है, ठीक है। मतलब कि आप खुद से भी अगर चाहोगे तो आप अपने आप को इससे ज्यादा डेवलपमेंट कर सकते हो। यू कैन develop more on this. If you are developing yourself, then you can be more sharp in your skill. Okay, means customize का एक और मतलब होता है preferences of a specific person or a group. You can give more and more preferences. Suppose you have taken a training. Okay, suppose you have training, you have trained for a special training, you have go for a special training. After completing of a training, you can select or you can customize your own areas. You can select and customize your own skill where you can utilize or customize this skill. And in that particular sense, you can develop more and more. This is the definite difference between evolving a development policies and training policies. Ma'am, please go to the next slide. Now, the next one is issues in development. What are the issues in development? जो पहले बताया था सेम चीज वहीं पर है। इश्यूज इन डेवलपमेंट मींस टाइम कॉन्स्ट्रेंट्स, कॉस्ट कंसिडरेशंस, रिसोर्स अवेलेबिलिटी, measurement and evaluation. The same thing, the same thing it's been repeated here. Time constraint means you need to develop the balancing your activity from your busy work. Okay, this schedule can be challenging. Say for example, as I am taking my online classes during the evening sessions, but today maybe it's due to some urgent work, I need to uh, means I need to continue this, I need to engage the class in the afternoon sessions. Now I need to make a schedule in such a way that the work which I have been assigned to, that should be fulfilled, and the work that has been assigned by the management, that is also to be fulfilled. So I need to skip my lunch period and continue this session, and after 3 p.m. I need to go for my other classes. This is called time constraint. You need to know the art of balancing from your busy schedule work. Then only you can develop the challenge, then only you can have the challenges, then you can develop your own, then only you can fit for the employee's schedule. This is called time constraint. Then the next one is cost consideration. Now in this management programs can be expensive, so to cut down the expensive, investment is required, and apart from the investment there should be a strategic goal. You need to have a strategic goal. Within this strategic goal, if you follow the strategic goal, then the cost can be considered. Then the next one is availability of the resources. Okay, qualified trainer, mentors, and development resources can be limited. Organizations need to identify and leverage the availability of resources effectively. So, if the resources are limited, then organization need to identify and leverage the availability of the resources effectively. Then only that means the development can be successful. And the last one is measurement and evaluation. Now, in this particular part, it is very difficult to measure the impact of the development program and demonstrate return on the investment. So, the organization need to develop the evaluation method very effectively for the development efforts. Means, from this paragraph, you need to understand where the management need to invest the time, where the management used to invest the resources properly, particularly. First of all, he need to evaluate, and according to the evaluation that made by the management, the management need to measure the impact of the development of the program. If the management can feel if the management can evaluate the measurement, then the development or the accessible of anything can come out in a very effective way. Say, for example, now management want their executives to be trained in this particular field. So management need to invest the money or invest the resources to that particular field only, keeping you in view that the impact of this training that I am giving to my employees should come out successful, should show them effective development. Okay, this is the way the management measure and evaluate through his development. Okay, let us stop here. I have a class from now onwards. Otherwise, I can continue for the next. But, ma'am, please stop. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.